you quit your job to focus on music full time. What was your job before?
I was selling furnaces and air conditioners and hot water heaters for residential sales.
And how did you like that?
I mean, the money was amazing and it was a fun job, but my passion has always been music. And so I think, what a lot of people don't know about my backstory is that, I got involved with music at a really young age, and I was touring with a rock band called Running Against Radar for a few years. And we were actually overseas doing a show and got in this big fight, and the band split up while on the road. And I just kind of turned my back on music because I was devastated. I just felt like, wow, I just put everything I had into this and it flopped because of people being irresponsible, drinking, partying, all that kind of stuff. So I kind of found myself at the age of like 20 going, well, I guess it's time to get a real job, and yeah, I was actually, I don't know how far down the rabbit hole you want to go, but I was selling gym memberships at Good Life Fitness, and someone came in as a headhunter and said, I think you're wasting your time in this gym. I think you'd be really good in residential sales. So they were a headhunter for a company, and they offered me this, 100% commission job. And I just kind of ran with it.
So then, like, the money was steady, it was a reliable job and you were enjoying it, how scary was it to make the leap to leave that behind then?
It wasn't scary at all, because I was at a point in my life where my girlfriend at the time, it sounds like a crazy story, but she literally came home and said, I'm moving out tomorrow. There was no fight. There was no argument. We had been together for 3 years. We, basically became roommates. The love kind of ran out. And the way she put it is we just needed to peel the Band-Aid. So she literally left within 12 hours of that conversation. And I was just sitting in my empty condo, 33 years old, thinking, well, now what the hell do I do? And I kind of took that as a moment of like, this is the rebirth of me. This is my chance to really sit here with my thoughts and make a choice. And I always thought I could always go back to selling furnaces and air conditioners. I'm never going to forget how to do that. I did it for so long, but I went home to my parents and said, look, I want to walk away from my career. I want to move out of this condo and move back into my old bedroom, which is where I am right now. And, I'm don't have kids, never married, so I'm, I have the freedom of choice, I guess. Some people out there that are married with kids and you're like, what is he talking about? But it's more or less responsibilities. I guess I can be more selfish with my time is what I'm trying to say, and really focus on something. And the deal with my parents was give me 1 year to try and make some noise with my music. And, if it looks like it could be something, then I'll run with it. If it looks like that, it's not for me and that my time is up, then so be it. And the things that have happened over the last couple of years, I'm just so grateful and blown away by what can truly happen when you put your mind on something.
So then, like, when Montana's Restaurant picked up your song, that must have just been like totally surreal.
I got the phone call. I got an email actually 10:30 at night. I was watching the Leaf game at a pub, and the email basically said, we are interested in purchasing a license to your song, which wasn't even recorded yet. And so I figured they emailed me at 10:30. I'm going to call them. So the guy's number was in the email, and I called him, and he was shocked to hear from me directly. And I was basically like, so what's this about? And he's like, well, one of our clients, I guess one of the higher ups, is a fan of your music and saw you at Boots and Hearts and really loved the song Ready for a Good Time. And we can't find it anywhere online. Do you have a recording you can send us? Because they want to put it as their song for their restaurant across Canada. And you may have heard of it. They're called Montana's. And I was just like, is this guy for real? Like, is this a joke? So I immediately called my lawyer and was like, his name's Paul Sanderson's awesome guy. I said, man, I don't know if this is serious or not. But this guy just emailed me about, using my song for the Montana's banner, and can you look into it? So he called him the next morning, and Paul called me right back, and he's like, no, they're very serious, and they actually want to make you the Montana's guy. I was supposed to be on the menus and everything, and then COVID hit and kind of put that on a bit of a pause. But I mean, it was just crazy. But I don't want to ramble too much, but I do want to say something really quick, because I don't obviously get the chance to tell these stories. The first time I went down to Nashville, my second write was with Jason Matthews. And we were sitting in the room, and he wanted to write a slow song, and I just wasn't having it. I wanted to write something fun. And I said to him, I'm like, listen, man, can we forget this slow song stuff and do something a little bit more up tempo? And he's like, sure, what do you want to write about? And I'm like, I just want to write a song that about just getting ready for a good time. Like that's what I want to do. And that song was written with him, just the two of us in the room, never realizing that it was going to become the song for this Montana thing. Like, it's just crazy, the things that happen and the way they happen are unexplainable. And but I'm just so grateful that the stars have lined up with these crazy stories. It's wild.
So now tell me about Couldn't Hurt. James Barker was one of a few co-writers on that one, right?
Yeah. I mean, James, he's such an awesome dude. And he was one of the first people that reached out to me after I won Boots and Hearts. And I actually didn't know James at that moment. I knew of him, obviously, looked up to him a bunch. And he messaged me the day I won Boots and Hearts. And he said, hey, man, if you ever need anything, here's my number. I'm here for you. And it just so happened that, months and months pass. Aaron Allen, my good buddy, called me up, and he's like, hey man, we got this song. We're really stuck on the second verse. We thought this is very much in your lane of writing. Do you want to take a swing at it? And I said, hell yeah, sure, man. So I was fishing up at the cabin, and I took literally like 25 minutes break. Because that's pretty much the most that I can put my fishing rod down for. and I wrote the verse, and I sent it back to him, and James was on tour in Ireland at the time. And he told Aaron, he's like, yeah, I love it. He's like, why don't you see if Dave wants to cut it? And I was like, yeah, I mean, wow, thank you. And so I was very honored that, Joe Irving, Aaron Allen, and James Barker trusted me with the song, and I sent it off to A&R at Warner. They loved it, and out it came.
Now, I heard that you wanted to make a record that was going to make people dance. So, like, are you a good dancer? You got lots of rhythm, got lots of moves?
I feel like if there's two parts to this question, and the second part is me showing you my dance moves, that makes me a little nervous. But no, my promise is that I do have a record coming out this summer. That's going to come out between June and July sometime. And I promise that it's going to make the dishes in your kitchen shake. So, we're really excited to put this album out. And, throughout the whole pandemic and all the stuff that's been going on, we've really been working hard behind the scenes, writing and rehearsing when it's safe to do so. But this record is going to be fun. There's a lot of fun songs on it.
So knowing what you know now, do you wish you'd quit your job sooner, or you have the ilk of like everything happens when it's supposed to, everything happens for a reason kind of thing?
I feel like I'm happy that things have happened the way that they've happened. I feel like the 10 years I spent in business with HVAC has really helped groom me for running a better business with my music. I think a big part of the music industry that a lot of artists tend to shy away from is the business side of the music business. I can't live in my old bedroom forever. So it's thanks, mom and dad. But at the same time, it's like, the business side has really helped groom me for being a better businessman outside of just being an artist and understanding the other sides of the business. But I will say that more important than the music, more important than the accolades and all that stuff is, I truly, truly feel like I am just caught in the best meet and greet of a lifetime. I am a country fan before anything else. I'm no star. None of that stuff. I love music. I love writing music. I love playing and performing. And, I want my fans and supporters to just use me as an example of someone that said, hey, you know what? This is what I really want to do, and I'm going to go do it, regardless of how far it may take me. I'm not trying to sound cliche. I'm truly living a dream. So, whether you're a chef or a karate instructor or a teacher or whatever your dreams are, just go for it. And you never know what might happen. And that's really the strongest message behind me as an artist.
Well, congratulations on all your successes. It was such a pleasure to chat with you. And thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you so much. And big shout out to Pure Country for everything that you guys are doing, not only for me, but for all the artists that get this opportunity of Future Star. It's an amazing platform and a big smile on my face for everything that you guys are doing. So thank you.